All right, back now to Cuba in crisis. We mentioned at the top of the hour, according to our news partners at the Miami Herald, the Cuban regime is expected to allow Cubans living in South Florida and across the globe to invest in private companies on the island. We're joined this morning live now by Dr. Andy Gomez. He's an expert on Cuban studies. So, Dr. Gomez, put this into perspective for us. How significant would this move be, and why is the government doing this now? And I know you have some concerns, and we'll get to that in just a moment.
Good morning, Erica. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning and talking about this and giving us perspective.
Well, first and foremost, it was fascinating to listen to President Diaz-Canel in Cuba, inviting the Cuban-American community to invest in Cuba. Not only that, he clearly said that the Cuban exile community has to play a role in developing the future of Cuba, that has never been made before.
And so I know that you have some concerns about this move and whether or not it's even realistic or why it may not be that significant in terms of the actual investment that would go into the country. Can you touch on that?
Well, my concerns are twofold. First and foremost, the Cuban Constitution was amended in 2019 to allow foreign investment, not just from South Florida, from many parts of the world. But what they did not do was put in place the laws to protect the investments and facilitate the business climate inside the island. Secondly, I still believe that the risks are greater than the opportunities, because to invest in Cuba and be assured that you're going to be able, for the companies, be able to keep most of your earnings, that's not very clear. And third, you still have to get, given the economic embargo, Erica, you still have to get from the United States an OFAC license in order to be able for a company to operate in Cuba. And last, assuming you get a license and you set up shop in Cuba, you might be setting up your business in a land or a business that already exists that has been confiscated by the Cuban government in the past. So you, in itself, you're going to be violating Cuban law and American law.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have to wait and see what those details are going to look like. Dr. Andy Gomez, we thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we'll continue to follow the developments out of Cuba today and see what that announcement entails. Thank you, Dr. Gomez.
Thank you, Erica.